The Serengeti. The name itself conjures images of vast, sun-drenched grasslands stretching to a distant, shimmering horizon. This is an ancient land, a sprawling ecosystem in Tanzania that pulses with the rhythm of life and death. Here, under the immense African sky, the landscape is a character in its own right, from the scattered thorny acacia woodlands that offer both refuge and ambush points, to the wide open plains where there is nowhere to hide. It is a world painted in earthy tones of gold, brown and green, punctuated by the dramatic granite outcrops known as kopjes, which rise like islands from a sea of grass. This is the stage for one of nature's most dramatic spectacles, the Great Migration. Upon these endless plains, life is a constant unfolding drama. Millions of wildebeest, zebras and gazelles follow the reins in a relentless circular journey, their thundering hooves stirring the dust and their calls echoing across the savannah. Their movement dictates the fortunes of many, especially the predators that lie in wait. This is a kingdom of hunters and the hunted, where every day presents a new challenge for survival. Among these incredible predators, one stands out not for its brute strength, but for its breathtaking grace and explosive speed. It is the cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, a slender, spotted cat perfectly adapted to this open environment. The cheetah's existence is inextricably linked to the health and vastness of this landscape. Its hunting strategy, a marvel of explosive acceleration, requires open spaces where it can unleash its full potential. The Serengeti provides this arena, but it is a shared one. The cheetah does not rule here uncontested. It must navigate a complex world filled with larger, more powerful rivals. It is a specialist, a finely tuned athlete living on a knife's edge. Its story is one of elegance and vulnerability, a testament to the delicate balance that governs this wild and unforgiving paradise, a place of profound beauty and constant peril. For a mother cheetah, these plains are both a larder and a minefield. She must find food for her hungry cubs while constantly scanning the horizon for the dangers that lurk behind every bush and in every shadow. Her life is a testament to endurance, a relentless cycle of hunting, teaching, and protecting her young against overwhelming odds. She is a solitary queen in a vast kingdom, her spotted coat providing the perfect camouflage against the dried grasses as she watches and waits. Her journey, and that of her cubs, is the very essence of the struggle for life in the heart of the African wilderness. In a hidden lair, perhaps a dense thicket or a secluded den amongst the rocks of a kopje, a new chapter begins for a female cheetah. After a gestation period of around 3 months, she gives birth to a litter of cubs, typically 3 to 5. They enter the world utterly helpless, their eyes sealed shut, their bodies tiny and fragile. For the first few weeks of their lives, their world is the darkness of the den and the warmth of their mother's body. She is their sole protector and provider, a constant presence offering milk and security. The cubs are born with a unique feature, a mantle of long, smoky grey fur running down their backs, which may help camouflage them in the long grass and possibly mimic the appearance of the aggressive honey badger, deterring potential threats. The mother cheetah's task is monumental from the very first day. She must leave her vulnerable cubs for hours at a time to hunt. Each departure is a calculated risk. The scent of her den could be discovered, or a passing predator might stumble upon her helpless young. She must hunt successfully and return quickly, her belly full enough to produce the rich milk her cubs need to grow. The early days are a period of intense anxiety, a constant balancing act between her own need for sustenance and her maternal duty to shield her offspring from a world that is, for them, filled with unseen dangers. The den is their only sanctuary in these formative weeks. As the cubs grow, their eyes open and they begin to explore their immediate surroundings with clumsy, playful paws. Their world expands from the den to the few feet of grass around it. This is a time of innocence, of tumbling over one another and batting at their mother's twitching tail. But even this play has a purpose. It hones the reflexes and builds the muscles they will one day need for the hunt. The mother remains ever vigilant, her head constantly raised, her ears swiveling to catch the faintest sound that might signal danger. Her soft chirps call the cubs back to safety, a gentle but firm command in their burgeoning life on the plains. The odds, however, are starkly against this young family. The mortality rate for cheetah cubs is heartbreakingly high, with studies showing that as few as 1 in 20 may reach adulthood in some areas. This is not due to a lack of care from their mother, who is fiercely dedicated, but to the overwhelming pressures of their environment. The Serengeti is a landscape patrolled by more powerful carnivores, and the fragile lives of cheetah cubs hang by the thinnest of threads. Every day they survive is a small victory, a testament to their mother's skill and a little bit of luck in this unforgiving world. For a cheetah mother and her cubs, danger is a constant companion, a shadow that stalks them across the sunlit plains. The greatest threat comes not from a lack of food, but from other, more powerful predators who share their territory. At the top of this list of adversaries is the lion. Larger, stronger, and living in formidable prides, lions are the leading cause of death for cheetah cubs. A lion will kill a cheetah cub without hesitation, not necessarily for food, but to eliminate a future competitor for the same prey. A cheetah mother is utterly defenseless against a lion. Her only option is to try and lead her cubs away before they're ever discovered. The danger does not end with lions. The Serengeti knights belong to another formidable hunter, the spotted hyena. These intelligent and powerful carnivores are relentless opportunists. Moving in clans, their incredible sense of smell can lead them to a cheetah's den or a recent kill. A lone cheetah mother stands little chance against a group of determined hyenas. They will not only steal her hard-won meal, but will also kill her cubs if they find them. The hyena's bone-crushing jaws are a terrifying weapon, and their whooping calls in the distance are a constant, ominous reminder of their presence on the plains. Even the solitary and elusive leopard poses a significant threat. Leopards often inhabit the same rocky kopjes and riverine woodlands that cheetahs favour for dens. Being masters of stealth and ambush, a leopard can happen upon a cheetah family with devastating results. While a direct confrontation between an adult cheetah and a leopard is rare, the vulnerable cubs are an easy target for this powerful cat. The mother must therefore choose her den sites with extreme care, always trying to find a location that is hidden from the prying eyes and searching noses of these deadly rivals who patrol the same ground. The constant pressure from these larger predators shapes every aspect of a cheetah's life. It dictates where she can safely rest, when she can hunt, and how long she can remain at a kill site. She is a nervous diner, always scanning the horizon even as she and her cubs eat. She must lead a nomadic existence, never staying in one place for too long, lest her scent build up and attract unwanted attention. This life of perpetual vigilance is exhausting, but it is the only way to navigate a world where she's outmatched in strength and must survive on her wits, speed, and boundless maternal devotion. The cheetah's hunt is a breathtaking spectacle, a perfect fusion of patience, strategy, and raw, explosive power. It does not rely on brute force or stamina, but on a highly specialized technique that begins long before the chase. The first element is stealth. A cheetah uses every feature of the landscape, termite mounds, tall grasses, shallow depressions, to remain unseen. Its spotted coat is not just beautiful, it is functional camouflage, breaking up its outline and allowing it to blend seamlessly into the sun-dappled savanna. It will inch forward, belly low to the ground, moving with a fluid grace that belies the explosive energy coiled within its muscles, closing the distance to its unsuspecting prey. The choice of prey is a critical calculation. A mother cheetah with cubs needs a meal substantial enough to feed her family, but not so large as to pose a risk of injury to herself. The Thompson's gazelle is a favored target. nimble and fast, but manageable for a skilled hunter. She will often target the young, the old, or the unwary, individuals that have strayed from the main herd. She assesses the herd, locks onto a single animal, and the mental preparation is complete. This intense focus is crucial, as a chase is an all-or-nothing gamble that expends a tremendous amount of energy, and failure is not an option when hungry mouths are waiting. Then the chase begins. In a matter of seconds, the cheetah unleashes its legendary speed, accelerating from a standstill to over 60 miles per hour in just a few strides. Its body becomes a blur of focused motion. The long, flexible spine acts like a spring, coiling and uncoiling to propel the cat forward, allowing for strides that can cover over 23 feet. The head remains almost perfectly still, eyes locked on the target, while the long, muscular tail acts as a counterbalance, a rudder that allows for incredible agility and sharp turns, even at top speed, to match every desperate juke of its fleeing prey. The chase is a sprint, not a marathon, and it is over in less than a minute. If the cheetah is successful, it uses its front paw to trip the gazelle in a tangle of legs. The kill itself is swift and efficient. The cheetah delivers a suffocating bite to the throat, a technique that is both effective and quiet, minimizing any sounds that might attract the attention of scavenging lions or hyenas. Once the prey is down, the cheetah is utterly exhausted, its body temperature soaring. It must rest, gasping for air, before it can even begin to eat, all the while knowing that the clock is ticking and that rivals are always watching. For cheetah cubs, the transition from playful innocence to skilled predator is a long and challenging process, orchestrated entirely by their mother. The lessons do not begin with a real hunt, but with observation. For months, the cubs do little more than watch. They follow their mother at a safe distance, hiding in the grass as she stalks her prey. They witness her patience, her stealth, and the explosive chase. They see the entire sequence unfold time and time again. These early observations are crucial, embedding the fundamental patterns of the hunt into their developing minds long before they are physically capable of participating. As the cubs grow larger and more coordinated, around the age of 6 to 8 months, the mother's teaching method becomes more hands-on. She will begin to incorporate them into the stalk, using soft chirps to signal for them to stay low and be quiet. Their natural playfulness and lack of discipline often get in the way. A clumsy cub might stand up at the wrong moment, or another might start a playful chase, blowing their cover and causing the intended prey to bolt. These failed attempts are frustrating, but are essential parts of the learning curve. Each mistake is a lesson in the importance of silence and stillness. The next stage of their education is the most critical and dangerous, practicing on live prey. The mother will sometimes go through the entire effort of a hunt, only to bring the captured but not always killed animal back to her cubs. She might bring a small gazelle fawn and release it for them to practice on. Their initial attempts are often clumsy and ineffective. They bat at the prey, lose their grip, and fail to deliver the precise, suffocating bite. The mother must often intervene to finish the job, lest the struggling animal attract larger predators or escape, wasting a valuable meal and a vital lesson. This training period is fraught with risk. A live practice session is noisy and chaotic, sending out a clear signal to any lions or hyenas in the vicinity. The mother must constantly divide her attention between coaching her cubs and scanning for approaching danger. She is teaching them the skills they need to feed themselves, but in doing so, she exposes the entire family to greater peril. It is a testament to her dedication that she takes these risks. By the time the cubs are nearly independent, at around 18 months old, they will have participated in dozens of these lessons, slowly transforming from bumbling students into the proficient hunters they are destined to become. The cheetah's body is a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering, a machine built for one primary purpose: speed. Every aspect of its anatomy is finely tuned for explosive acceleration and agility. It begins with its skeletal structure. A cheetah possesses a uniquely long and flexible spine, which acts like a giant spring. During a sprint, the spine coils and uncoils with immense power, allowing the cheetah's powerful hind legs to propel it forward in enormous bounds. This incredible flexion and extension mean that for more than half of its time during a chase, the cheetah is completely airborne, with all 4 feet off the ground. Internally, the cheetah's physiology is just as specialized. To fuel its high-octane sprints, it needs a superior oxygen delivery system. The cheetah has exceptionally large nasal passages, sinuses, lungs, and a powerful, oversized heart. These features work in concert to ensure a massive intake of air, allowing the cheetah to flood its muscles with the oxygen required for such an intense burst of anaerobic activity. This system is so efficient that a cheetah can go from a resting heart rate to its maximum in just a few seconds, a feat that allows it to launch into a chase with breathtaking immediacy. Its external features are equally adapted for life in the fast lane. The cheetah has a small aerodynamic head and a slender, lightweight frame, which maximizes its power-to-weight ratio. Its paws are less rounded than those of other big cats, and its claws are only semi-retractable, acting like the spikes on a sprinter's shoes to provide extra grip on the ground during sharp turns and rapid acceleration. Furthermore, its long, muscular tail, flattened at the end, serves as a crucial rudder and counterbalance, allowing it to make sudden, high-speed turns without losing its balance as it follows the evasive maneuvers of its prey. However, this specialization for speed comes at a cost. The cheetah has sacrificed strength for velocity. Its jaws are relatively weak, and its teeth are smaller compared to other large predators, a trade-off to allow for those larger nasal passages. This means it cannot defend its kill against a determined lion or a clan of hyenas. The very adaptations that make it an unparalleled sprinter also render it vulnerable in the brutal hierarchy of the African savanna. The cheetah is a supreme athlete, but one that must always be wary of the stronger bullies on the playground. The social structure of cheetahs is unique among Africa's big cats and is deeply divided along gender lines. Female cheetahs lead a fundamentally solitary existence. Once they reach maturity and leave their mother, they will spend the majority of their lives alone, except when they are raising a litter of cubs. This solitary life is an adaptation to their hunting needs. A single female with cubs requires a vast territory to find enough prey without attracting the attention of rivals. Roaming alone allows her to be more inconspicuous, to move quietly through the landscape and avoid the conflicts that are more common among social predators like lions. In stark contrast, male cheetahs often embrace a life of companionship. While some males do live alone, many will form small, tight-knit groups known as coalitions. These coalitions are most often composed of brothers from the same litter who have remained together after separating from their mother. Occasionally, an unrelated male might be accepted into a group. This brotherhood is a powerful alliance that provides significant advantages. Together, they are more formidable and can better defend a territory against rival males, increasing their chances of finding and mating with the solitary females who pass through. This teamwork extends directly to the hunt. While a single cheetah is limited to smaller prey like Thompson's gazelles, a coalition of 2 or 3 males can work together to take on larger and more challenging targets, such as an adult wildebeest or a fast-running topi. Their hunts are often a coordinated effort. One brother might initiate the chase, tiring the prey, while another waits for the opportune moment to move in and help secure the kill. This cooperation allows them to secure bigger meals and increases their overall hunting success rate, a crucial advantage in the competitive Serengeti environment. The bonds within these male coalitions are strong and are reinforced through social behaviors like grooming and scent marking their territory together. They are a united front, a band of brothers navigating the challenges of the savanna. This social strategy gives them a strength that a lone male lacks, enabling them to hold valuable territories for longer periods. It is a fascinating divergence from the solitary life of the female, showcasing two very different but equally successful strategies for survival, shaped by the distinct pressures faced by each gender in the wild heart of Africa. The Serengeti is not a tranquil paradise, but a dynamic and often brutal theatre of competition, where every animal plays a role in a complex web of survival. For the cheetah, this means constantly interacting with a host of other species, many of whom are direct competitors for food and resources. The arrival of the great wildebeest migration, with over 1 million animals on the move, may seem like a time of plenty, but it also attracts a higher concentration of rival predators. The birth of countless wildebeest calves provides a surge of potential prey, but lions and hyenas are also there to capitalize on the bounty, increasing the chances of dangerous encounters. Beyond the large predators, an entire cast of scavengers is always watching from the wings. Vultures circling high in the sky are a dead giveaway, broadcasting the location of a recent kill to the entire savanna. A cheetah that has just made a kill must eat with incredible speed, as it knows these airborne sentinels have already signaled its success to others. Soon opportunistic black-backed jackals may arrive, darting in to snatch a mouthful. Marabou storks, with their grim, undertaker-like appearance, will stalk nearby, waiting for their chance. These smaller players add to the pressure, forcing the cheetah to abandon its meal sooner than it would like. The cheetah's survival tactics are therefore defined by this intense competition. After making a kill, a mother will often drag the carcass, sometimes for hundreds of yards, to a more secluded spot under a bush to hide it from the prying eyes of vultures. She and her cubs will devour the meal as quickly as possible, often consuming many pounds of meat in a matter of minutes. They meticulously eat around the stomach and intestines, as tearing these open would release a strong stench that would quickly attract the notice of hyenas, whose sense of smell is legendary. Time is always the enemy. Even after the meal is finished, the process is not over. The scent of blood clings to their fur, a dangerous perfume that could lead a lion right to them. To mitigate this risk, cheetahs engage in meticulous grooming. The mother will lick her cubs clean, and they will groom each other, diligently removing every trace of their recent feast. This is not just about hygiene, it is a critical survival tactic. In the grand theatre of the Serengeti, staying alive means not only being a successful hunter, but also being discreet, clean, and constantly aware of the other actors waiting for their opportunity on this vast and competitive stage. The story of the cheetah, for all its grace and speed, is now shadowed by a growing sense of urgency. This magnificent cat, once widespread across Africa and Asia, is facing an uncertain future. Today, the cheetah is listed as a vulnerable species, with populations declining at an alarming rate. Its survival is threatened by a confluence of pressures, many of which are a direct result of human activity. The very adaptations that make the cheetah such a remarkable specialist also contribute to its fragility in a rapidly changing world. Its journey from innocence to predator is becoming more perilous than ever before. One of the most significant dangers facing cheetahs today is habitat loss. The vast open grasslands they need to hunt are shrinking, fragmented by expanding human settlements, agriculture, and infrastructure. As their territories shrink, cheetahs are forced into smaller areas, which increases competition among themselves and, more dangerously, brings them into more frequent conflict with larger predators like lions and hyenas. This habitat fragmentation also isolates populations, reducing genetic diversity and making them more susceptible to disease. The endless plains that define their existence are becoming finite. Furthermore, as human and livestock populations expand, cheetahs increasingly come into conflict with people. Preying on livestock can lead to retaliatory killings by farmers who are simply trying to protect their livelihoods. In addition, the cheetah's natural prey base is also declining due to habitat loss and competition for grazing land. This human-wildlife conflict coupled with the ever-present threat of poaching and the illegal pet trade, places immense pressure on the remaining cheetah populations. They are being squeezed from all sides, their room to roam and to live disappearing before our eyes. The future of this iconic sprinter now rests firmly in our hands. Conservation efforts across Africa are working tirelessly to protect the cheetah. These initiatives involve securing and expanding protected areas, working with local communities to mitigate human-wildlife conflict, and conducting vital research to better understand the species' needs. Protecting the cheetah means protecting the entire Serengeti ecosystem, preserving the delicate balance of this incredible wilderness. The cheetah is a symbol of the wild, a flash of golden lightning on the plains. To lose it would be to lose not just a species, but a piece of the planet's natural wonder.